Hi guys, Katie Mild. Welcome to this week's Money Minute. So this week we're going to be focusing on three questions, three S questions to self-check your financial state and just do a check-in with yourself and go, am I on the right track? And in what I'm doing, does it make sense? So if you've been with me for a bit or if you're just joining us, I have a video that this week's video is actually a follow-up to, and I'll make sure to link that one below. But this week, we're going to be doing a follow-up to the year-end review. See, last week I did a year-end review of 2020, and I went over all the highs, all the lows, and it was a great reflection point to reflect and figure out what are the lessons that we learned in 2020, and what can we do to build upon them for an even greater 2021. So, if you did your year-end review and you're like, okay, I know I've got to get my money act together, but what if you don't know where to start? Or what if you know that something isn't right, but you don't know where to start. You don't know what it means or what to even be doing. I'm going to give you three S questions to help you quickly hone in on exactly what you need to do. So then you'll know exactly what to do as you create your action plan moving forward. So the first one, are you secure? And this is what I mean by security. Are your monthly expenses under control? Do you feel like you have enough income to support your lifestyle? Is your lifestyle out of control? Do you have and run a budget? Do you keep to your budget? Are you working actively to reduce any overhead? And in my book, overhead is debt or really, really overbearing monthly expenses. So let me give you an example of that. Let's say that maybe you don't have debt, but you signed a lease and you're stuck in a really, really expensive monthly rental housing arrangement. Okay, so let's say maybe your rent is $2,000 when really you can only afford $1,200 a month. While it's not technically debt, it is an overbearing, very, very high stress overhead item. Okay, so if you have one of those items in your life, or if you have debt that you're working to pay off, what's your plan of attack? How are you reducing it? And if you are in that overpriced apartment, what can you do to possibly change that situation and get some of that money back? Okay, so the first S, are you secure? The second one is, are you safe? Now, I'm not talking about physical safety, though that is also very important. I'm talking about your financial safety. When I talk about that, I'm saying things like, do you have enough of an emergency fund? If an unexpected event happened tomorrow, do you feel like you have enough money in the bank to reasonably cover it? Here's an even more sobering one, but one that's just as important. If anybody relies on you for your income, what you bring to your house, do you have adequate life insurance? Do you have enough renter's insurance if you're renting an apartment? Do you have adequate housing insurance? What about car insurance? The beginning of the year is a great time to go through all of your insurance policies and just do a quick double check and make sure, do I have enough? If I were to lose this item, if I were to, God forbid, lose my life, do I have enough coverage in place to help out and to take care of things? So that's the second question. Are you safe? And then the last S is, are you set? And this one is more fun because it's forward thinking. What I mean by this is, are you saving and investing enough to be set up financially in the future? Now, if you feel like, oh my gosh, Katie, I'm not there yet, I'm not set yet, that's okay. Here's what I mean. Do you have a plan in place to be set one day? Okay, so are you saving enough? What's your monthly percentage savings rate? Do you have your goals, short-term and long-term, clearly defined so you know what you're saving for? Do you have your target retirement number? Do you have active investment funds that you are contributing to monthly? And do you have those contributions automated? Okay, so those are some of the sub-questions you'll ask, but those are the big three questions, okay? Are you secure? Are you safe? And are you set? By asking yourself and getting really, really honest with those three questions, you can start to identify the holes in your financial plan, the gaps. Maybe you'll also identify the areas that you're doing well in. So you can remember to give yourself a pat on the back before you get right back to work to get some of the other weaker areas back up to speed. All right, guys, so that is it for this week. Sit down with your numbers, look at your net worth, look at your dynamic budget, and ask, am I secure? Am I safe? And am I set? And then go from there, assess, and put your plan together. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. Have a great weekend. See you guys next week.